Yo, what's up guys? In this video, I'm gonna be creating fine art using a wooden slab. This is gonna be an extreme learning curve, but I'm ready for it. I've never worked with a live edge before, so I was learning every single step of the way. There were times that I had to stop and get my thoughts together because I didn't want to mess this up, especially being that I paid over $300 for this wooden slab. I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to cutting a live slab with a live edge like this. So I'm just trying to figure it out. And it's like very difficult because I think I know what I'm doing, but in actuality, when I do cut it and I do make the decisions, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna have to take this to the wood shop to see how in the world I'm gonna get this squared on this side and on this side. As I was working with this wood and learning along the way, I was trying to preserve the grains as much as possible. Because this is a live edge and the wood is so organic, this wood came out very warped, and it was something that I had to deal with. I'm also incorporating LED lights, which is my first time ever doing that. I've had many people reach out to me wanting me to do it, so this is it. Okay, so I kind of messed up, guys. I thought that I was doing all the right things by cutting all the 2x4s to size. As you saw, I measured it correctly, and I thought I measured it correctly until I realized that these need to be positioned in a way that the light is going into the art instead of like sitting flat on the art. What I did was I positioned them this way where they're sitting flat. And if I have a backing to them, this light, which is gonna emulate light, is gonna pop up and it's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna bounce off anything. So what I really needed to do was to position these sideways so that whatever piece I'm having here in the middle is gonna be going into the art instead of not going anywhere. So I need to recut these to size, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We have everything squared away. I actually added some 45s on all the corners because I thought that it would be a nicer look. Not that anyone is gonna see it, but whatever, I see it. In order for the lights to be illuminated through the art and for my viewer to see it, I needed to use some type of a plexiglass so that the light can shine through. I used a laser cutter to cut the plexiglass to size to fit the house that I was creating. And once I was done at the wood shop, I brought everything back to my studio so that I can start putting this piece together. This piece took a lot of sanding. I also didn't have the right tools to sand this slab with, so I was just using the sander that I had available, which was something that I can buy at your regular hardware store. But I didn't know the complexities of sanders and the capabilities of the ones that were able to handle a project of this magnitude. I needed to make sure that this wooden slab was really nice sanded and refined because I really wanted that wood grain to pop. So I was sanding for about 2 hours on this project, and it was honestly one of the hardest parts of this entire thing. I also sanded the plexiglass because I wanted a frosted look, not a clear look. I wanted the light to pierce through the art just faintly, not too harsh. I am now putting together the frame that I made for the LED lights. This is where everything is going to be housed and everything is going to be structured off of. I wanted to test the LED lights just to make sure that my vision was actually coming to fruition. I used the plexiglass and the LED lights together to see how the light was going to bounce off of everything. I was now pre-drilling holes in this structural house type of thing that I built so that the plexiglass and the wood wouldn't crack once I placed the wooden slabs on top of it. Now, if you know me and have been subscribed to my channel, you would know that I always leave 3 dots on almost all of my work. Those 3 dots can be found in order or they can be found sporadic around the artwork. I use these dots to represent awareness, gratitude, and perspective. Those are the 3 values that guide my journey and lead me to the directions that I want to go to in life. Something I've learned was having light behind paint exposes the spots that you missed with paint. So I had to bring the work into the dark and have the light illuminate behind it to see all the spots that were either streaky or I missed painting in. I used a lot of Gorilla Glue to adhere the plexiglass and the box structure to the wooden slabs, but I also made sure to screw these in as well. I could not just rely on the Gorilla Glue, but I needed to make sure that this thing was sturdy, put together, because if this thing fell, it would have been a disaster for anyone around it. And that was one of my biggest fears, actually, of creating a piece this big. So I was truly paying attention to everything that I was doing once I was putting the structural piece together. There was a massive gap that I had to fix because the wood was warped. So I had to figure out a way to put spacers in this space, but spacers that were gonna hold this piece together, even though they weren't attached to the structural part that I wanted it to be attached to. After letting it sit overnight, I was praying to the gods that everything was held together, sturdy, and good for me to hang this bad boy on the wall. This was a 45-pound piece, so I wanted to make sure that it was sturdy as all hell. Now that the structure is all together, we are ready to add my favorite part, which is adding Odie's oil to the piece to make the grain pop. Oh, this is my favorite part because you get to see ashy wood turn into vibrant gold, luscious, and just beautiful looking wood. And you can probably tell this is my favorite part. I also wanted to add a new element that I've never worked with, which is moss. I've always wanted to work with moss, and this was a perfect opportunity to do so. Many people have seen people working with moss and wooden slabs to create resin tables, but I wanted to do something different and create the moss and the wooden slab, but do not use resin. I wanted it to be exposed and really organic. And after 3 weeks of work, this is the completed piece. I name it Within Thyself. The piece explores the idea that our true form is natural and evolving, rooted in growth, imperfection, and resilience. Through that contrast of light and shadow, living moss, and illuminated death, the work suggests that even in our darkest places, life continues to grow and light will always find its way within. If you like this video and my work and would like to support my channel, I would love your help by subscribing. Please let me know what you love about this painting and what you don't like. I would love to hear your thoughts. Talk to you soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.